Assalamualaikum dear students. So as in the last video lecture, I have completed the numerical part of the chapter number 10, that was magnetic fields due to electric current, and inshallah from now I am going to start with the new chapter, that is chapter number 11, magnetic materials. You have studied about magnetic dipole and dipole moment due to a short bar magnet. Also, you have studied about magnetic field due to a short bar magnet at any point in its vicinity. When such a small bar magnet is suspended freely, it remains along the geographic north and south direction. So let's see what we are going to study in the present chapter. So here is the point that we have to study in this chapter, that is, we will study the point 11.3, that is origin of a magnetism in materials. Next to that we have to study point number 11.3.1, that is magnetic moment of an electron revolving around the nucleus of an atom. And lastly, we have to study magnetization and magnetic intensity. So in today's video lecture, we will study the first 2 points. So let's start now. Origin of magnetism in material. In order to understand magnetism in materials, we have to use the basic concept such as magnetic poles and magnetic dipoles moment. In standard 11, you have studied about the magnetic property of a short bar magnet, such as its magnetic field along its axial or equatorial direction. What makes some material behave like a magnet while others don't? To understand it, one must consider the building blocks of any material, that is atoms. In an atom, negatively charged electrons are revolving about the nucleus, that is consisting of proton and neutrons. The detail about it will be studied in the chapter 15 that already we have done. So we have already studied the detail about this. You have also studied in the periodic table in chemistry in standard 11 that chemical properties are dominated by the electron orbiting in the outermost orbit of the atom. This also applies to magnetic properties as described now. So here we are having magnetic moment of an electron revolving around the nucleus of an atom. So let us consider an electron revolving around positively charged nucleus in a circular orbit as a simple model. A negatively charged, that is electron revolving in an orbit, is equivalent to a tiny current loop. The magnetic dipole moment due to a current loop is given by, see, we have already studied the magnetic dipole moment and we have seen the formula for the same, that was M is equal to I into A, where M is the magnetic dipole moment and I is the current and capital A is the area. It is only a part of the magnetic moment of an atom and it is referred to as orbital magnetic moment. An electron possesses an intrinsic angular momentum. The spin angular momentum, spin magnetic dipole moment, results from this intrinsic spin. Now, consider an electron moving with a constant speed, that is v, in a circular orbit of a radius r about the nucleus as shown in this diagram. If the electron travels a distance of 2 pi r, that is the circumference of the circle, in time capital T, then its orbital speed, it will be nothing but v is equal to 2 pi r upon t, because velocity is nothing but distance upon time and distance is nothing but circumference, that is 2 pi r upon time is nothing but capital T. Thus, the current I associated with this orbiting electron of charge E is I is equal to E upon T, because the basic definition of the current is nothing but flow of charge per unit time. So I is equal to, charge is nothing but electron and T is the time, so I is equal to E upon T. Now as we know that time is nothing but this, it's 2 pi upon omega, and omega itself is the angular speed, which is equal to v upon r. So finally we can have that I is nothing but e omega upon 2 pi, which is equal to e v upon 2 pi r. What we have done here, we have, see, I is equal to e upon t. Instead of that t, we have put the value, that is 2 pi upon omega. So t is in denominator, so it will become omega upon 2 pi. Then omega itself is v upon r, then we have substituted the value of omega. So finally current is nothing but ev upon 2 pi r. So labeled is as equation number 1. Now the orbital magnetic moment associated with orbital current loop is, see, as we know that the magnetic moment is nothing but m is equal to Ia. Now we are having equation number with us, that is the value of I. So we can substitute this value. So basically the orbital magnetic moment will become ev upon 2 pi r, and a is the area. As it is a circular part, so area will be pi r square. Now pi will cancel, r square upon r, so r will cancel, so the remaining thing that we will have, it will be 1 upon 2 evr, that is half of evr. So labeled is as equation number 2. Now for this electron, orbital angular momentum is, now see, angular momentum, orbital angular momentum, that is we denote it by capital L, and we are having the formula for the same, that is angular momentum is L is equal to mvr, where me is nothing but the mass of an electron. Hence the orbital magnetic moment, that is equation number 2, can be written as m is equal to e upon 2 me mever. See, what we are going to do here, we are going to multiply and divide it, equation number 2, by mass of the electron. So we will have E upon, in the bracket, E upon 2 me, close the bracket, then next bracket we will have mever. What we have done, we have multiplied equation number 2, multiplied and divided by mass of the electron, and we have rearranged the term. So you will able to see the second bracket, that is mvr. This second bracket is equivalent to angular momentum. So we can write this equation also as E upon 2 me, and instead of mvr, what we can write? Yes, we can write that is angular momentum, that is capital L. So label this as equation number 3. Now this equation shows that orbital magnetic moment is proportional to the angular momentum, as you can see here. But as the electron bears negative charge, the vector m orbit or orbital magnetic moment, and L, that is angular momentum capital L, are in opposite directions and perpendicular to the plane of the orbit. Fine. Hence, if we take the vector form of this equation, so it will be vector of m orbit is equal to minus of E upon 2me and vector of capital L. The same result is obtained using quantum mechanics. Now here the ratio E upon 2m is called gyromagnetic ratio. See, E upon 2m, where E is the electron, m is the mass of the electron. So E upon 2m is called gyromagnetic ratio. For an electron revolving in a circular orbit, the angular momentum is integral, that is small n multiple of h upon 2 pi. This is from the second postulate of Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom that you have already studied. So finally, L is equal to mvr, and this is also angular momentum is equal to nh upon 2 pi, where h is the Planck's constant. Yes, this is nothing but the second postulate of Bohr, so we can relate this equation. So substituting the value of L in the equation 3, so we get that m orbital is equal to ENH upon 4 pi m, where m orbital is nothing but the magnetic moment, orbital magnetic moment. So finally orbital magnetic moment is E, n is the n integral multiple, h is the Planck's constant, 2 pi me is the mass of the electron. Fine. So this is our equation. When we are going to substitute the value of L, so we will have this amount of orbital magnetic moment. So for the first orbit, that is n is equal to 1, it will be, our previous equation will have m orbital is equal to EH upon 2 pi m. The quantity EH upon 2 pi m is called Bohr magneton. The value of Bohr magneton is 9.274 into 10 raised to of minus 24 ampere per meter square. The magnetic moment of an atom is stated in terms of Bohr magnetons, that is Bm. So this is all regarding the magnetic moment of an electron revolving around the nucleus of an atom. So you have to keep all the formula, and the very important term is here, that is the gyromagnetic ratio. This gyromagnetic ratio you have to keep. The what is this gyromagnetic ratio? So let's have one example. So here we are having example, that is calculate the gyromagnetic ratio of electron, and we have been given as E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to of minus 19 coulomb, where Me is equal to, that is the mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to of minus 31 kilogram. So solution for the same, if you remember the gyromagnetic ratio, that is E upon 2m. E upon 2m. So when you substitute all this value, we are having E with us, that is the charge on the electron is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to of minus 19 coulomb. Mass of the electron is also given, that is 9.1 into 10 raised to of minus 31 kilogram. So when we substitute all the values, so finally we will get the ratio, gyromagnetic ratio, as 8.8 into 10 raised to of 10 coulomb per kilogram. So this is one of the example, so that you can calculate the gyromagnetic ratio of electron. So hope you will understand. So start studying this topic, and let's stop here.